Hi everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the DoubleClutch.ca podcast. I'm your host, Nick, managing editor of DoubleClutch.ca magazine, and I'm joined in studio by our regular crew. We got Nathan, and Imran's back in the studio after a couple of weeks hiatus. And we also got Rush. How y'all doing today, fellas?
Excellent.
Feeling good.
Doing well.
Yeah, why'd you say Rush like an afterthought? Oh, and we also got Rush.
Oh yeah, Rush is here.
Rush hasn't been here for a few weeks either.
Never an afterthought.
Oh, it's because he doesn't really like me that much, but that's okay.
We all like you. That's why you're here.
Sounds believable.
Okay. Imran, you've been gone for a couple weeks. What have you been driving?
A lot of Mazdas.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Zoom, zoom.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Is that still their tagline?
That's right.
Zoom.
Yo, Rush, were you around during the Zoom Zoom era?
Briefly. I think I was just
Barely.
born then.
Yeah.
You're like fucking 3 years old.
Yeah, I feel like that was part of the history
No,
books.
that was like
history books for
2004,
you.
yeah?
Yeah, you're like 3 years old. 6.
I was like 6, yeah.
Okay, but is that still a thing? Is it still
Yeah.
Zoom Zoom? Or
No,
is
it's
it...
driving matters.
Oh.
It's terrible. Zoom
know.
Zoom is way better.
It is.
Zoom Zoom was so cool.
What do you
Although when
wanna
you
do?
look back at those commercials,
you
you're
wanna-
kind of like, this corny.
Yeah, like, do you want to matter when you drive, or do you just want to Zoom Zoom? I just
Yeah,
want to Zoom Zoom.
but like now, if you want to Zoom Zoom, you just buy a Tesla and be done with it. If driving matters, you buy a Mazda.
A car that's been crafted excellently.
Yes.
You know what? Fair enough.
Yes, I like Zoom Zoom.
That should be BMW's slogan.
Zoom Zoom?
Zoom Zoom?
No, driving matters.
The ultimate Zoom Zoom machine.
But yeah, I've had a couple Mazdas. Obviously, we're in crossover season, so I had the CX-50 GT. Currently have the CX-90 PHEV.
Yeah.
And
Did you tell us
before
about-
that, talked about it already at the CX-30. So had a couple Mazdas.
Yeah.
I love. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't like, I get what Mazda's doing with the CX-50 with the whole, catering to the whole off-road ready crowd. But, like, what's off-roady about the CX-50? It's not like a wilderness or anything.
No, it's okay. It's not,
But it looks like it.
but it looks awesome. Like I like how
Right. It looks good. It drives great on pavement, just like every other Mazda.
yeah.
So what's so off-roady about this thing?
From what I understand, they actually do pretty well off-road. Like, Mazda's all-wheel drive works fairly well. It has, like, from what I recall, actually halfway decent breakover and departure because of its short overhangs. So if you want to get, like, nerdy about off-roady things, that's a thing. I think on the higher spec ones, I think maybe skid plates, is that a thing, or am I making that up?
I don't know about the skid plates. I know you can option it with all-terrain tires. So our tester had those Falcon all-terrains, whatever they're called.
Maybe the point's just to look cool, like most things.
It is.
It's mostly just to look cool because no one's rock crawling these damn
No,
things.
absolutely
It's
not.
just
No.
like it's for the people who think like the gravel trail to their cottage is like the hardest core off-roading they'll do in a year, and they need a serious off-road rig for that.
Yeah, but if that's what you want, they build it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There you
and the
go.
thing is, it
And
looks,
everyone thinks they need that.
Yeah.
and the rugged SUVs like the I don't know, I guess Wranglers.
Well,
and
but like
what else?
something like a Bronco Sport or a Forester Wilderness, which the CX-50 kind of competes with, they have like arguably more like off-road ready chops, and they're still reasonably easy to live with on pavement.
I guess,
Bronco
but
Sport, really?
What's the argument?
but like everyone you see
There's nothing-
is shiny and clean because nobody goes off road.
If you
right?
just want to look
Like,
the coolest, you just get the CX-50 because it looks pretty neat.
Yeah, they're actually very handsome. They
Yeah,
really did a good
it
job.
looks-
nice
I will
design.
grant that. They do look pretty good.
It
That's what I
looks
mean, like-
fantastic. On-road manners are great. Like it
Which
has
is
that
what really matters.
Mazda
Yeah.
sportiness to it.
It's almost as if driving matters.
See,
Yeah.
now it makes sense.
But that's the whole point. So it looks cool, like you'd be ready to go off road, but on the road when it's going to be 99% of the time, except for the 1% of the time you're going up to the cottage, it handles well. So that's the whole point.
Yeah, and
They've
I
done
mean, so does everything else, right?
The
Like,
CX-5 is also like good enough for that 99.
yeah, but the
Yeah,
CX-50
most vehicles
looks
are.
so much
But it
cooler,
looks
though.
cooler.
Yeah, the CX-50 looks
true.
Which, like, you
this
forget.
looks way more like broad-shouldered and brawny.
Yeah,
It's
it
getting
matters.
tougher and
Good. I will-
sportier. for
Exactly,
that.
and it was in that I don't know what the actual color name is, but it was in that like military green looking color,
It's not zircon sand.
and it looked friggin' amazing.
It looks nice,
on
yeah.
like a terracotta orangish leather interior.
That
looks really nice.
That's
Yeah.
expected. I do like the
friggin'
interior.
amazing.
of
Yeah,
that
it
thing.
looked really good. Drives well. I'm a little sad because flipping over to the CX-90, it's the first Mazda where I'm kind of like, it's all right. It's the PHEV version. So it's powered by, obviously, an electric motor, but also a 2.5-liter Skyactiv non-turbo.
I'm very surprised it doesn't get the turbo.
Yeah, and it just feels... It's almost like when we talked about the CX-30 a couple weeks ago, where it was so good and the transmission sort of let it down, and only because the rest of it was so good. The CX-90, when you look at it, it looks very premium. Like, in my opinion.
They knocked that design out of the park.
Yeah,
I think it's like
absolutely.
$1 million.
I think so.
And the thing is, so your instant expectations are quite high. Like, honestly, when I look at that thing, I'm thinking like $70K.
Really?
Yeah, it just kind of I don't know, like, it just comes to my mind just looking at it.
Sure.
Although I know it's a Mazda, I expect it to be cheaper.
Yeah.
And looking at the price of this PHEV, it's like 59 grand.
Okay.
It's not the top spec, but the top spec's like 64. So I still think it's great value for what you're getting. But I expected more refinement because with the CX-50, the CX-30, and most any other Mazda product, they've just kind of gotten to that sweet spot where this one, like, the engine is not, it doesn't feel very refined. And in the GSL trim, like, it's missing some key features. It doesn't have, like, wireless Android Auto and CarPlay. Like, who still does wired CarPlay and Android Auto? Like, come on, in a $60,000 car. So a little bit of a letdown. I mean, it's comfortable. It does about 30 kilometers on pure EV, which is good enough for your day-to-day.
That's not terrible. I think one of the things that we might be kind of missing here is that, like, this PHEV one is given, like, the little plain gas engine that's meant just to charge the battery. Like, it's just to provide locomotion for the motor.
Right. And to be fair, Imran, you're actually getting pretty good fuel economy out of it,
and you're getting great fuel economy out of it, right? So this thing is approximately the size of a small house. So you're getting, you said, what, 5 liters per 100 off, Mike?
5 liters,
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
But it's also, I don't know, it shouldn't sound like a bag of bolts.
No, it really has this almost like this, when you start it up in the engine, you have no electric range. The engine is very coarse. You hear it like it's...
Yeah, like, ideally, you're right, ideally, but, like, Toyota's had this problem. Honda used to have this problem to a lesser extent. Like this is a pretty common knock against, like, PHEVs and gas hybrids.
Yep.
And I think this is kind of like a weird, like, Mazda legacy thing where, like, they know they're carrying over some kind of economy-ish customers.
Yeah.
They're trying to reach upwards
and
then capture that higher market, but they're bringing that lower end with them. And they won't notice the thrashy powertrain because their cars have always had that shit. And now it's amazing on gas.
Yeah. I mean, and they're doing... I mean, Mazda's doing a lot with a little, right? They're still a small car company. And the fact that they've knocked design out of the park, driving dynamics, even in that thing, like, it's big, but it's generally pretty good. So they're getting things right.
If you could be nitpicky about anything...
Nitpicky?
Nitpicky, yeah.
Nitpicky?
Oh, I like that. We should coin that.
I'm stealing that from my articles.
Anyways, well, if you can be bothered by something like the engine noise, but everything else around the car is pretty good, then I think they're still doing all right.
Yeah. It's still like I've just been kind of blown away by all of their products so far.
I think that's the thing. They've set the bar so high that this one's letdown is kind of a harsh word. I feel like they've kind of like they have some stuff that they can still work on, as does everyone. Yeah,
totally. Like they've just been, like, in my opinion, hitting a couple home runs.
Absolutely,
and this was like an on-base double.
Sports terms.
Sports.
I don't know why I use baseball. I don't watch baseball or play it.
It sounded about manly.
We all believed you. We all believed you.
That's kind of sports.
As someone who doesn't know sports at all, I was like, I'm going to agree with that
Definitely
guy.
sports ball.
You got
for
me.
For men.
Sports ball, yeah. Oh my god, you watch sports ball?
I watched sports ball. Did you see the sports ball match last night?
I did.
Bro, sports was wacky.
I know.
Goals.
Did the football go through the net? Like,
oh, why is that funny? No, but
I understood that reference because it doesn't go through the net. That's funny.
Does it not?
Wait,
No,
football or football?
oh, good question.
Footy?
I'm talking about football, not football.
Or not football. Anyway,
Mazda makes great cars.
That's right.
This one's a little buzzy.
Yeah, so you had the what was it called? The Grand Highland Max.
Grand Highlander.
Grand Highlander
2024 Toyota Grand Highlander Platinum Hybrid Max.
Max, I like
Is
that.
what it was.
Thank you for
Is that an iPhone?
Thank you for pronouncing that because I would have butchered it again.
What is that priced at? I imagine more.
It was like 60.
High 60s?
High
Honestly,
60s.
68? Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But that thing was also decked.
Yeah.
Like, it had everything in the book. It was
Yeah.
even bigger than Imran's small house CX-90. It's like a nice,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it was
Midwestern country
big.
bungalow.
Quaint.
But that
Looks kind of like a knockoff Range Rover. It has approximately 4 times more power than your CX-90.
Yeah, like-
It was pretty good looking, and the interior was
Actually really
very,
nice.
Quite
Very
nice
nice.
for
Yeah, I think like I kind of, so when I wrapped up my review of that Highlander, like I alluded to the CX-90 because I had like the nice full fat
Yeah,
one with the
right.
straight six earlier
Yeah.
this year, and I compared that to some, like, say, like, I don't want to say budget, but like Mazda built a BMW X5 and they did a pretty convincing job of doing it,
Yeah.
and Toyota built a Range Rover.
right.
Like, it's actually that good.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
the thing. I had a chance to take that Highlander out for a spin, and comparing those two, that feels a lot more refined.
Yeah, the powertrain in that is so impressive.
Yeah, and I feel like the CX-90P have decked out is like 64 or 65. If you're saying the Grand
That's really
Highlander
good.
Max is 68-ish, 69, I would spend those extra few thousand and go with the Toyota product.
Yeah, well, the difference is, like, the Grand Highlander Max, we could never... The mileage was, like, kind of weird because I was seeing, like, 9, but the recorded average was 11, so it was hard to actually pin down. But, like, the comparable equivalent to your spec would be, like, just the Grand Highlander Hybrid,
Right.
which is the same thing, the naturally aspirated engine
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just charging batteries,
Yeah.
right?
So it would have been pretty similar then.
Probably would have been pretty similar.
Yeah, I guess so.
Then
But
it
like,
wouldn't have had, like, the extra grunt that this one has.
yeah, well, yeah, I imagine it'd be priced less though.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like 64 as tested for what, the GSL
No, the
trim?
64 is the GT
Okay.
PHEV,
Okay,
but
so
the
you're-
GSL is 59.
Gotcha. Okay.
There we go,
So
okay.
you're still
Yeah.
pushing 60. Well, that's a little more...
And I think
Palatable.
the Hybrid Highlander, like, comparably equipped, is being about that
Yeah.
range.
But for the longest time, the complaint I've had with Toyota and Lexus products that had the hybrid drivetrain was that it was, like, it sounded terrible.
Yeah.
Like, no
Right.
matter...
Yeah.
And it really bothered me. It didn't bother me so much in the Toyota products, but, you know, now that they've gone all premium, it's the Lexus stuff, because it would be the same drivetrain, and it was just super, like, annoying to hear the
Yeah.
gas engine always... and it was the same tone, right? Like, it didn't...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and exactly. It was just grumbling along. Like, it was just upset that it was there.
And then you put your foot down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
That's
Exactly.
basically
That's
it.
accurate.
So that's the thing. Like, I think there's only so much they can do in that space, and like
yeah, it just kind of is what it is.
maybe like more
Yeah.
sound deadening. Like,
not even more sound deadening, just like better acoustic tuning. And I think they've done a lot better in that front. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how this keeps coming up. The stupid NX450 I had. Like, the first NPC mobile we've had this season.
Right.
Which I was so not looking forward to, was actually brilliant at that. They just, because it's the same engine that we've knocked Toyota for I think approximately 15 years now, for being
Yeah.
a thrashy
Makes sense.
Yep.
agricultural
Sounds about Toyota.
like
yeah,
truck
That's
engine.
Toyota for you.
And they smoothed it out nicely. It is unassuming and just disappears in the background.
yeah.
Good job.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Some ways, you know, there's going to be some workaround for Mazda, I'm sure, but just how long it'll take to get there, or not. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did you find the transmission tuning is also like not quite there? It's like I'm still not gonna die on. I'm still dying on this hill.
No,
I
no.
still don't like the transmission tuning in the 8-speed auto.
so does the PHEV use the exact same transmission? Because
No, I don't
Probably
think it
not.
does.
I found that it was just like it's not something I thought about.
Really?
So I didn't feel like it was getting in the way.
Wait, so what were you so upset about?
You had the inline
So
6, right?
I had the inline 6
Hybrid or-
GT. So the mild hybrid, not the
right.
plug-in.
yeah.
He had the slightly less juicy one than I did.
Yeah.
So, like, same engine, but a little less juice.
Okay.
Little- yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like medium juice.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
like letting off the gas, you could feel just nudge your seat ever so slightly as a downshift, and that's not quite something I would expect from a X5 clone.
Yeah, but they're also, like...
But it's not an X5.
Also, I feel like
He
we
said it was an X5 clone.
It was.
It is.
It's a clone, but you know, it's
That,
not.
that gets, like, a good chunk of the way there, but it's not all the way
It's a
there.
replica, maybe not a clone.
Yeah, and
You
it's
know what
like-
I'm talking- like it's close. It's not all
I
the
don't
way
want
there.
to say replica either, because it has its own distinct flair and style and stuff, and it's also, like...
It's
you
like a
know,
tribute band then.
40 grand cheaper.
There you go.
yeah. It's a new transmission too.
It is a
right?
brand new transmission that they developed in-house for that application because they were shopping around like, who can do this transmission for us? ZF, anybody? And they're like, no, like your size and weight targets are insane. I'm like, okay, fine, we'll fucking do it ourselves. And they did.
And it's some like, it's not a torque converter auto, but it's also not like a DCT.
Yeah,
like,
I forget the exact notes on it, but like it's a pretty impressive thing that they're obviously still like trying to like iron out the fine points of. But it's all calibration. I think the hardware is all there.
Yeah.
I
didn't find a problem with it.
Like, I know what you mean. It's not
to lunch.
perfect.
No, but like,
Because we're so used to driving Santa Fe, it's never used to perfect.
Oh, yeah.
And then when this thing shows up and it's like, look how perfect I am, then it's like, no, you're 98%. You suck, you fraud.
Garbage. No. Yeah.
That's a weird thing to like complain about. You're kind of weird, man. Like,
How's that?
Some
Oh,
people
like-
say he's nitpicky.
it kind of like
I am
nitpicky.
Very
Yeah.
nitpicky of you.
I am nitpicking.
Oh my god! Like,
I'm nitpicking.
I felt my seat. I felt it in my seat when I let off the gas. Yeah, it was
you can
you
feel it
decelerating, man. Like, just chill.
Well, it's supposed to be smooth. Of course, when I fucking
Was it not
nitpick.
smooth?
When you're accelerating, sure, but like when you're downshifting and you're decelerating. See, I didn't say deaccelerating. I said decelerating.
It
this
is
time.
decelerating.
That's what I.
There was another point you said deaccelerating.
Yeah, it was like 2 episodes
Rigged
ago.
about the calls for like a solid 45
Yeah.
minutes.
Was that just the whole
It was
podcast?
actually the best episode.
Greatest. Yeah. No, I
Hang on,
just
sorry,
expected
one
something
second.
smoother.
Do you type it as deaccelerating?
Not this. You know what? I'm muting you. I'm muting you for the rest of the episode.
No. That's a genuine question.
No, I don't.
So why would you say
Because I
deaccelerating?
can't fucking talk.
It's a
You should know this by
tech.
now.
We all have these.
Okay.
I
I'm sorry.
know
Yeah,
this by now.
nitpicking. I agree. But
All I'm saying is I was expecting the transmission to be just a tiny bit
okay.
smoother.
And what was this in that you're? I'm sorry. I'm lost. What
It was
transmission?
a
are you talking about?
CX-90. It was
This is
it was the
CX-90.
new
With the
like,
inline six.
Yeah.
So the same thing you have, just different. But I don't
Yeah,
understand.
but just different.
Well, like the same car, just a
Yes,
different
different
setup.
powertrain. Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is like, so you're complaining that when you let off the gas, it felt like you were decelerating.
You felt it downshift.
Deaccelerating.
God damn it.
Bro, like it's not
Well, in something like a ZFA, you don't feel the downshift when you're decelerating.
not a Rolls-Royce, man.
Or even a Mazda's 6-speed auto.
Foreshadowing.
That. God damn it.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but also like it's a Mazda. It's a car for regular people to buy. It is quite expensive. All these things are now. But if you can feel the transmission doing things when you're slowing down, just remember that like 5 years ago or what? When did the E90 come out? 2008? 6?
Six.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like not too long ago, you could buy cars that we thought were excellently smooth, like the E90.
Yeah.
And that came with the ZF 6-speed.
Yeah.
And those cars were junk. Like now if you drive them, you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, these things are freaking terrible. Give them some time. They'll get there.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Also, it's a
I
totally
like
new
it.
tech for them. It doesn't have a torque converter. I don't think it does. So like they're actually just trying to like do like.
We might be talking out our asses though. We gotta look.
We
it up.
actually might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should look it up. But,
Yeah.
But they're trying something new here.
But bottom line, it's a software upgrade away from smoothing out those kinks.
From excellence.
Yeah.
So just don't worry about it.
They're just
Okay,
working on
fine.
it.
I'm not worrying about it.
Yeah, you nitpicker.
Maybe they need break-in time. Maybe they're not perfect at 2K.
Maybe you just gotta like launch them a little.
Maybe
Oh,
some
you
other
know about that?
press
You
guy
know what?
ruined
Let's
it.
use that as a segue. Rush, why don't you tell us about what you're launching this week?
Duh. Speaking of
What
family-friendly SUVs.
am I launching this week? What is it actually? A 24 Jaguar F-Pace SVR.
It's pronounced F-Pace.
Papache Severe?
Svir.
What? I've been calling it face this whole time.
Dude,
Space.
dude, it's F-Pace.
Space.
I thought it was a severe face.
Severe
Okay.
face.
The most, I think, like, okay, here's the thing. Jaguars have never excited me. Especially
'cause you're wrong.
Well, no.
That thing's fucking bonkers.
I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it, Nick.
Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
Spoil it.
let him
because
work up to
fuck
the
you,
point.
Rush.
For how severe its name implies it is not severe. It has quite a sense of humor, actually.
It's hilarious. Like, it is actually the funniest SUV I think I've ever driven, and it's so funny. It makes you fucking smile. Like, it's just like it's not very good. Okay, hang on. It's not very good at being like precise. It's just like a laugh, and I don't think I've had that in a car in a little while. Like,
Yeah.
we've driven a lot of BMWs and everything, which are great, very precise, very excellent vehicles.
very excellent at absolutely everything.
Right.
Yeah.
But the problem is like with like this strive towards like perfection, you kind of miss sometimes. You kind of lose the humor in all of it.
Yeah.
Like you forget that however many horsepower, a 5-liter supercharged V8 in a family SUV is supposed to be funny. Like it's supposed to be a laugh.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be normal. It's supposed to be wacky.
Right. And this thing is exactly that. I think every single time someone has driven it, they just get out with a huge grin on their face, and it's like, yo, this thing's tight. Like,
and it sounds amazing. Like
I think the noise is like the best part of that.
And the thing is, so the X5M, like way more clinical,
right?
Way better on paper. But this thing, like you're saying, is just an absolute riot. And even like the way that it feels narrower.
Oh.
I feel like, and
it does feel small.
In-betweener, it's an in-betweener between the X3M and the X5M.
Yeah, so you get this sort of like you don't feel like you're in a boaty SUV, right?
Yeah.
Like it feels compact-ish.
Exactly.
And then the sound is wild. Like I feel like it really translates the sort of F-type SVR DNA into
really
SUV
does.
form.
You know what? It's kind of funny. It's almost. I'm sorry. It's kind of better in a way.
It is. I'm not going to take the away from you. I actually feel like it's more raucous and more kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, like it's
than the Roadster I had
Isn't
with
that
the
hilarious?
same motor in it.
Because you had the Roadster.
Yeah.
And it
Wacky.
did this weird thing with the exhaust.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't weird. It was deliberate, but it felt weird because, like, at $4,000, 4-ish, depending on variables, but
It would hit
about 4.
JTEC.
It would just like slam the exhaust open. It'd
Yeah.
be like crazy loud for like a second, and we
Until it
brought this up
shifted.
a few times. A few cars have done this, and then it shifts back down and it's quiet again.
Whereas like this thing is just like burbly and mean all the time.
Yeah.
It's just like
Wonderful.
whoa,
And
it's tasty.
This is what I wanted that car to sound like.
Yeah.
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 It's so good.
And not even for an SUV. Like
Yeah.
No,
it
it
just
just
sounds
sounds good,
amazing.
bar none.
Period.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so delicious.
Yeah.
I love that engine so much. I'm so sad it's going.
That's the thing, and that actually brings up a good point because I feel like I've been enlightened recently about this Jaguar V8, and I was like, this thing's probably gonna be junk. They don't make good cars. Then I got in it, and I was like, oh my god, they're getting rid of this thing. Why? Like, what a spectacular piece of machinery.
Yeah, it's glorious.
It belies its weight. It's got loads of mechanical grip.
Yeah.
It kind of shrinks around you too.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's got a surprisingly good driving position too.
Yeah,
like it doesn't.
The
feel-
interior actually,
It's a
on
lovely
that point, it is very.
It's
it is-
actually fantastic.
trimmed
Yeah.
extremely well.
Yeah.
The quality, everything feels actually very well built. Like,
Super nice.
yeah.
It borrows a lot of like Range Rover isms or Range Rover
I think you were
equipment.
talking about that because
Yeah.
like all the switchgear and everything, and like the switchgear's a little funky. Maybe it's just me. Like you gotta like push a little hard to get to something.
Yeah, it has the same like haptic
Yeah.
feedback, but not really touch
Maybe
panel
you'd get
thing.
used to it
Yeah.
and get better with it. But like the big thing is like the switchgear feels premium. Everything you touch, like the steering wheel, is like perfectly trimmed. The
Yeah.
dashboard, it has like Alcantara where there would be like a HUD.
Yeah.
And then leather all around it. Like it's just very pretty.
It's
and the
nice.
seats. Oh my god, the seats.
Yeah.
They are so thin,
They're
but
great.
at the same time, super comfortable.
Right? Yeah.
It feels like when we talk about Jag, there's always like a butt.
This one doesn't have one.
This does not have a butt.
It's so
No.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just really good. Like it's excellent at everything and wacky. Like as the X5M may be like technically superior, but what it makes up for in that, like the SVR, like overwhelms with charm.
Absolutely.
yeah.
It is very British, isn't it?
Properly.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
And I imagine the X5M like smokes this thing when it comes to numbers.
I mean, it's like
Also, the F-Pace doesn't feel like mind-bogglingly quick.
Exactly, yeah.
It feels it's the
It's
right
fast.
it's the right
Yeah.
amount of speed.
Yeah,
Like
like,
don't
you
get me
can have
wrong,
fun
it
with
is a little bit too fast. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am definitely afraid I'm going to lose my license this week. But that being said, it's not like it's not like the only trick of that thing is the speed.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everything fast and electric that we've been driving like recently, it really feels like the whole trick of it is like the enjoyment. Like
Yeah.
character.
exactly. Like
Yeah. Just like the whole experience of driving the thing, because driving does in fact matter.
got him. You know, it feels like someone spent some effort to like make it just like a hoot. And,
Yeah.
and like it's really refreshing to see that. Sad that's probably gonna. This is probably the last year of this
I
thing.
think this is the last year.
Probably.
I might be talking out of my ass on that, but like,
Should we just buy 12?
let's just buy 12.
One dozen.
it the last time an SUV made me giggle as much as the F-Pace SVR did was like the Grand Cherokee SRT / Trackhawk. Like they're both kind of the same. You can kind of daily get away with them as a daily driver. You know, it's comfy enough, it's roomy enough. You can do family / SUV things with it, but both the F-Pace SVR and the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk SRT, whatever, even with the normally aspirated 6.4, they're both like plenty fucking fast, plenty fucking loud, and it's the same kind of bonkers nature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta
between
ask
the
you about
two.
something though. Like, so the Jeeps, like when you're driving them normally,
Yeah.
could you? Because this thing, the problem with the Jag is it is a little too stiff. Like, and when I say a little, I mean a lot. Like even in comfort, it is jarring over most bumps, over something that's not really.
The Grand
smooth.
Cherokees were a bit more compliant, yeah, because
that's
they
the thing.
they have more sidewall.
Thicker sidewall.
Yeah.
And I think even the suspension tuning has got to be a little bit better on those Jeeps. But
Yeah.
Do you really think it's jarring? I didn't think it was jarring. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
tight, but it's
didn't
not.
think so either.
It's-
Like,
we
I,
gotta take it over some bumps. Like we took it over
Yeah.
like to do some errands in it, and it was like in a parking lot that we had like it wasn't a perfect parking lot,
Yeah.
and it was like oh my god, like I'm
We might have different
unwell.
standards on that.
yeah.
I actually thought it was just
It's
like
firm.
tight. Like
Yeah.
No,
firm,
it's definitely
but it was
tight,
fine.
but like take it over some like rougher roads,
Yeah.
and it's like never mind.
Well, do you want an SUV that can hang with the Porsche 911 or not?
No, I just wanted to be funny, which is why I bought the SVR. There you go.
Yeah,
Like that's what I'm saying.
that's the
like,
thing, though, right?
like-
Yeah.
maybe it just needs to be a little softer, and then it'll be even funnier.
No,
That would be wacky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Get more sidewall.
boogied it through a couple corners. Like I think it's
it corners
soft.
well though. That's
yeah, but I think
Yeah,
it's
it
also
handles very well.
soft enough though. There's it leans a little bit. Like
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I think if you
enough
went too
give.
much the other way, it'd be a little.
I know.
I think you're nitpicking.
Ho, 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 ho.
I guess I just won't ask you any questions about suspension tuning. How does your transmission feel? Oh,
And the F-Pace SVR, it's great.
it is actually.
Shifts fast.
It does shift
It's
quickly.
brutal. Like when you're on it, it's like just punches you in the back.
does,
Nick, do you
yeah.
not like this?
Has it got these ZFA?
How does it feel on
It does.
How does
See,
it
it's
feel
got
on
its own
the
transmission.
Hang on.
Yeah.
The de-acceleration.
Fuck you.
Wait, it's a ZF8 in
It's
the
a
jet.
ZF8.
Oh,
Bavarian Jesus has even graced the
Let's grace the
Germans.
British.
Yeah.
British.
that's right.
Oh man, the Germans are just doing the best.
So with the Jeep, I've never driven one. You said it's a little more compliant.
It is a little more compliant, and obviously the Hemi V8 being what it is, it's the same kind of. It delivers the same kind of sense of bonkers entertainment as the Grand
SVR.
Cherokee does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Although you feel so distinguished in the SVR,
Yeah.
It's
It is actually pretty.
I'd feel very.
The gray on black color scheme actually looks really good.
Yeah, it's well trimmed. Like, it's actually a very nice vehicle.
Yeah.
On top of being hilarious.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little biased, but
what
feel like-
what I appreciate with the F-Pace SVR is that Jaguar lets you be as outlandish as you want,
Oh yeah.
because you can basically spec a fucking F-Pace SVR in fucking yellow.
nice.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or you can go tasteful and do something like our tester, which is
Wacky.
like the whole silver on
Like
black.
graphite on black. Yeah. It's nice.
It is pretty under.
I think like we've kind of forgotten, like to kind of circle back around to your original point,
Yeah.
was that like we've kind of forgotten that 500 horsepower SUVs are fucking stupid.
Yeah, they're a terrible idea.
Inherently, nobody needs 500 horsepower.
And we've
in an
gotten
SUV.
really used to BMWs who will serve you a 600 horsepower SUV with a completely straight face. Like,
Yeah.
yep, here it is. And the car has the same straight face. It's
Yeah.
very good, but like it's not funny.
No, it's just
This is like,
this is
no,
how we build
mate,
them now.
that's
Yes,
fucking
yeah.
stupid.
It's like a baseline.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think we've gotten to that point. I think I made this point a couple podcasts ago. Where it was like we've gotten to the point where everything is just fast and everything is just like super cool. So it's like this is just normal. Even like with SUVs in particular, it's like everyone just forgot that this is really dumb.
Yeah.
It's because the electric thing in some ways, right?
I think
Because
so.
like
Yeah.
you can't have something with a M badge, an actual M badge, and have it like nowhere near the performance of any kind of electric vehicle, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so it's almost like this 500 horsepower club is like
Yeah, whatever.
it has to be a baseline now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did 500 horsepower become like the new 3-ish, like 300?
Yeah,
I think so,
feel like
yeah.
so.
Which is still really weird to me.
You remember
Do
those,
any
like,
of us have a
Yeah.
500 horsepower car? I don't.
No.
4.
400?
And even that's like kind of slow now.
Yeah.
But also,
Kind
like,
of, yeah.
I remember feeling bad about this over the summer when I had that Challenger.
Yeah.
It's like
I still think
485 horsepower. Didn't feel fast.
I still think that's a sweet spot.
Isn't that nuts?
Isn't that dumb? Like, how
That is-
stupid, how obtuse
that is
and dense
wild.
and spoiled do I sound
Absolutely.
saying that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Do you guys used to watch motoring television? It's
Yeah.
kind of a Canadian institution.
I think so.
Remember those
yeah,
like
here and there.
remember those like Quaker State ads with the STI? They're like, "You paid for 300 horses. Are you getting all of them?"
Okay, yeah, I definitely remember that.
But now fucking Camry has 300 horsepower.
Cameras are fast, bro.
Yeah.
They are.
They're grounded to the ground, bro. They fucking boogie.
Grounded to the ground.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're just like desensitized to
Extremely.
like everything we drive. I'm just like, yeah, cool, whatever. Like the amount of people that kind of lost their minds at like what we had in front of the office this week. And I was just like, whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's the thing.
hard.
Like, it's
Yeah.
the. I feel like the novelty of speed disappears very quickly.
Yeah.
And then it's.
Thanks, Tesla.
It's
Yeah.
and as you say, what matters?
Driving.
No,
Exactly.
not again.
And I feel like as
this exhaust
especially
note will make you happy forever.
yeah, and that's what it is. It's the exhaust note. It's like the handling. Like
Buy a 5-liter supercharged Jaguar.
it's things like that. And one of the reasons is because you can stomp on it for longer than you can stomp on an X5M.
You actually, absolutely, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hear it and feel it for a longer period of time, right? Like I remember I had the new M5 Comp a while ago. It was just I traded with a friend.
Yeah.
And
And it's undrivable.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
On
Yeah, but the
on
second you touch
paper.
the gas pedal, it's like,
That's
oh my
exactly
god.
it. And, you know, people will probably like chastise me for this, but after the first couple little pulls, like I drove it around like a Honda Accord.
Yeah.
yeah.
It just like felt like a big sedan.
Absolutely.
That's what I've been doing with mine. Like, you just, okay, it's fast, got it. And it does it with so little drama that, like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, got it.
There's a such thing as too competent. And yeah, and I feel like there's so many cars that are there now. And I say it, I've said it many a times. One of my favorite cars that I drove was that Mazda Speed Miata.
Yeah.
I know it's far from perfect, but I had such a blast in that thing.
Yeah.
So maybe Mazda engineers their 8-speed transmission to make you feel something on the deceleration.
Oh,
So that you can feel something and it's not too clinical. Oh my god, maybe Mazda is just doing this
Jeez.
right.
They're just, yeah.
Maybe
It's a
Mazda's the real
huge
Bavarian
power
Jesus.
Do you think that straight 6 would hold up against a V58? Like at the mid-cycle refresh.
Probably.
Yeah. Like, what's if I had like a generation to like play with it?
Yeah.
Start doing cool shit.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice if they stuck that into a new Mazda 6. But
Straight 6?
yeah, apparently there was rumors at first.
There's always
but,
been rumors that they're going to put in the car.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It'd be silly for them to go to all that length to develop that architecture, like a whole rear drive architecture to go
for
with it.
one vehicle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they're a small business. That
Pitfalls
shit's
of being
getting
a smart
reused.
company.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah, and throw 6-speed in it.
Is that a fate?
Okay. Awkward non sequitur. What else we got in the garage this week?
So we have, speaking of the opposite of
Were we speaking of that?
loud and fast SUVs, we have something quiet, but still very fast. We have a goddamn 2024 Rolls-Royce Spectre
Ballin'.
in the garage this
Gadget.
week.
What do you,
There are
Yo,
Not even.
want me to say to that?
why is it called a Spectre? Can someone tell me? Didn't you have an idea about this?
Yes, Nick and I were talking about this last night.
Oh, hang on.
oh no.
Because it was like I had this idea. This was Nathan. He was like, I had an idea about the name.
Yeah, you're also
What?
mildly drunk. The fact of the Spectre.
Yeah.
And he came to an epiphany.
No, it wasn't an epiphany. It was an idea.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
It's an observation.
It was so like Rolls's have always been named after like ghosty kind of things. So like the first one was like the Silver Shadow, I think, and then like the Seraph, the Spur, the Phantom. Like there's always
Ghost.
been like the Ghost, like, literal Ghost.
Yeah.
Literal.
Like it's always been like that kind of thing. So like
Rolls-Royce
a Spectre sort of fits the vibe, and also like has like, I don't know, douchebaggy James Bond tie-in for people
Yeah,
that
that's
like
what
to
I
have
thought,
that.
right?
That's
Yeah.
because like it's
Awkward
the
to
same
me.
font. Like
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
dashboard, it's the exact
Is
same
it?
font as the Spectre movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's for
The flex.
It's a little awkward on a couple levels. First of all, Spectre came out in 2015, so bit late to the
I don't
party in
actually
that
think it's a
regard.
Bond reference.
Yeah, I
This
don't.
was
I
just
don't
a
think it.
drug
Actually,
theory.
so here on the Google, in August
You Googled this?
1910,
You have the Google on
Hey,
your
Ron, we're not on
rectangle?
the internet.
Rolls-Royce built chassis 1601, which Johnson used as trials or demonstrator car. Johnson named it the Silver Spectre, the first recorded use of the Spectre name in the company's archive.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So it goes back
That's-
to 1910.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, he'd be
Okay.
rolling over in his grave. You saw electric Rolls Royce.
I disagree.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, there are very few things that that inherently make sense about a $500,000 motor car.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I think the electricity in this Rolls Royce is
This is what
Perfect.
they've been building towards for
Absolutely.
100 years.
because it's
Absolutely.
whisper
Yeah,
quiet,
fucking
yeah.
like absolutely quiet. It does everything that the V12 does. That's the thing. It's almost a better V12 because it's smooth, comfortable, and quiet, which is what they've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it's surprisingly fast for something that's like 6,500 pounds.
Yeah, well,
it's fucking
Well,
quick.
it's not even about like like Rolls has always been able to like move well.
Yeah.
It's not about being fast.
They-
Like just be able to move with authority.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like just like that sense of plenty.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what that car's about.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Yeah.
with the electric, it's, I mean, they've been, yes, the V12 is a big deal, but they've been for years, like you're saying, trying to figure out how to quiet this thing.
Yeah.
and
and
with
balance a
electric,
coin on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom,
It's-
there you
it's-
And the way they do it is to take out that V12 and put in something electric.
go. Yeah,
I know. It's strange to see it in a Rolls.
it is, but it's like it's the
not
one
to say,
that
but it
it
makes a
makes
lot of
sense.
sense. You know
Yeah.
what? It's one of those things where like a lot of
It's a legacy thing. They're like,
it is a legacy thing, but like a lot of EVs feel like EVs. Something that like BMW, Porsche are good at is making EVs cars.
Yeah.
Like they feel like cars that just happen to be electric.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were
Yeah.
good at that. Rolls with this thing has knocked it out of the fucking park. You would not know it was electric.
Yeah.
oh, you mean
genuinely
BMW
would.
does that very well?
BMW does it well.
Yeah.
They do it well, yes. What I'm saying, like, Rolls has knocked this thing out of the park in that sense. It does not
Yeah,
feel like
absolutely.
an electric car. It doesn't feel like an
Yes.
appliance. It doesn't
Yeah.
deliver that instant shovey thing.
Yeah.
Just
I
like
like
the
that.
way it's calibrated.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
The way it's calibrated feels like a big V12 that's been very thoroughly hushed behind a slushy automatic.
It does.
You are
You're
saying
absolutely right.
feels
Yeah.
like a Rolls Royce.
It feels like a Rolls Royce. They absolutely crushed the shit out of
Yeah.
it. It's actually so impressive. I'm floored. It's
Also,
so
the Rolls
good.
Royce sound. Like, you think you turn that off?
Yes.
It's good.
No,
It's
I
really
enjoyed
good.
it. I enjoyed it. I
love
thought it was great.
It's actually it's.
But you know how BMW does that very well? Like, the Hans Zimmer, I think it's Hans Zimmer.
It
that
is Hans
makes
Zimmer. It just
and
hit-
and it just hits the right,
and it hits well, but
the
what,
right frequency.
But what they did here is it just sounds like a V12
Exactly.
at the end of a tunnel
There you
in
go.
the next room on
There
the
you
other
go.
side of the hallway.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just very distant, like just this kind of mechanical engine-y train thrum.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm one
Yeah.
of the
with a sense of musicality to it.
Yeah.
With a
Like,
little bit of
yeah.
musicality to it.
musicality. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Musicality?
It is.
I'm not going to Google it. I'm
Accelerator.
going to say
We're,
yes.
we're literally all.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
we're making up
You're
words.
not allowed to say anything.
Don't be nitpicky. Nick.
Yeah, just the way they set it up to feel like a Rolls rather than
Yeah.
like. I was so ready for this thing to feel like
An i7 with a different
Just
badge.
like-
an i7 with a different badge.
You were shitting on it all week until you drove
I
it.
was. Because
yeah, actually, Mike.
I'm like a cynical, jaded bastard, and I was expecting it to be garbage. I was expected to be like some stupid electric golf cart for playboys with more money than brains, and
Absolutely.
it's actually fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
It's
they did.
so
they did
good.
a really good job.
It's thicker floor mats than the carpeting in my house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's beautifully appointed.
Actually, that was a little weird. So,
That's just
So-
a Rolls
it's
thing,
so
though.
nice, though.
no, it is, but it's like it's unnerving because like your heel normally is on like a very sort of hard-ish surface.
Yeah, but there
and I
shouldn't be
felt like
anything
I'm
hard.
like as I'm moving my foot, I'm
there's a
like
pad.
it's like a little squishy, and it's
Yeah,
like
but
it was
but there
a
shouldn't,
little
be,
odd.
there shouldn't be anything hard. Everything should be soft
Yeah.
and nice.
Oh, I
Everything
agree.
is
I'm
soft
just
and
not.
nice.
I'm too peasant to.
The leather was very
You
soft
don't
and
get
nice.
it.
Yeah, the leather was nice.
Can I just say I am not a fan of spec on the Spectre at all.
Oh no, it's kind of gross looking.
Yeah.
Like the expired mustard?
Yeah, so...
No, it's
That's the color.
It's day-old guacamole. It's like
That works
metallic day-old guacamole.
Yeah.
No, Dale guac is browner.
You think?
That's a word now. Yeah.
Browner?
That's true.
Browner.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the most fetching spec. It's like Rolls-Royce calls it chartreuse, but it's just too dark to be
Sounds
reminiscent
fancy,
of
but it's
It
not.
does. It does. Say that again. Can
No,
you say that
chartreuse
again?
is actually so fancy.
Chartreuse.
Chartreuse.
The color doesn't.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yo, let's get some chartreuse right now.
in
Alright,
our
that's it.
Spectre. All right, podcast over. See, no.
The Grey Poupon? No.
Chartreuse
Yes,
is
it's
so
not the way I'd
nice.
spec it.
Okay.
It stands out, though.
It does.
Maybe it's a good press car.
So there's another press unit that's been floating around. It's metallic pink on white.
Oh, that thing looks amazing. Actually.
And that is
Really?
yeah,
arguably a slightly better spec than
it's
ours.
actually gorgeous.
Yeah. I almost prefer that, and I do not like pink.
Okay, I
This
haven't
might be
seen
the
that.
dumbest argument I've
and-
ever heard on this podcast.
Pink versus chartreuse. Yeah, whatever, man. It's
Not
kind
even that I disagree. I actually like pink, but it's a case of just like pedantic shit journalists argue about. Oh, this is a more unique spec.
Yeah, but have you seen like like
Can we feel like rich people for a minute?
the actual like
Yeah,
trimming,
let's argue about stupid things for
Yeah.
once.
like the way that they've actually like done like the leather work. It it is very
a-
BMW, but don't get me wrong. Like it feels upscale. Like
Yeah.
even the headliner, like with all of like the Starlight stuff, if you run your hands along it, like it's perfectly smooth.
It is, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's kind of weird, like how well it's done. The only thing is the
Is it
seats.
weird?
The seats feel a little bit too BMW to me. Like a little bit too poor.
Too poor.
Poor.
Too poor.
Out of the
In a $500,000
too
car.
poor.
That's the problem. That's the problem, though.
That's
It's
for the
not a 7.
poors.
It's a Rolls Royce. Do not forget that.
Yeah, but it's a fancy pants. It was a fancy BMW.
It is a extremely fancy BMW, but
Yeah.
like, even like, maybe it is just a little bit too BMW.
I didn't get that out of the seats. I just only took it around the block. But I didn't get it around.
So-
I didn't get that out of the seats. I
The
just saw like
infotainment is very
the most
BMW.
The
immaculate level
Oh, yeah.
of polish on like the surfaces, all
Oh.
the weird little like knobby knobs and vent rings and stuff. Everything was just so perfect. I liked like the semi matte, not matte because open pore is dead now. Semi matte.
That's lovely.
And the center
Like
console's
wood
heated.
trim is
Yeah.
so nice. The center console's heated. Just like there's lots of little detail stuff that of course Rolls Royce would just fucking crush.
Although I found
It makes less sense. It's not actually very intuitive, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's very old world. You just have a dial for temperature. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no numbers. There's just a dial
Soft.
yeah.
and the fan speed,
Medium.
right? That's
Yeah.
not 1, 2, 3,
Actually,
4.
the fan
Soft.
speed is very good like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
what do I want?
It's soft. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel soft today. I want soft
Exactly.
air conditioning.
I'm actually
I just
cold
want to
now, so I want angry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to point out my 2008 BMW 328 Xi allows me to choose from soft, moderate, or
It's
But it doesn't say
But does it
soft.
say
it,
soft?
it says soft.
Where does it
actually
say
does.
soft?
So
And
you
when you go into the
basically-
iDrive, in the iDrive,
you
BMW has been doing it for
So
so
I-
long.
I pretty much have a Rolls Royce. So
I'm just saying it's the exact same thing I was saying. This Rolls Royce is too BMW, and it's not a bad thing. It's just like
Okay, see, I disagree with you there. Like on the little things, like okay, we'll agree to disagree
the
on that.
whole
but
infotainment system.
well, it is literally BMW.
Yeah, it's not.
yeah,
But
Reese can I drive?
the way they set up the drive, I was just so expecting to be
Yeah.
let down.
You know what? Maybe you're right.
And it's not.
The
It's
things that
actually
they-
so amazing.
Yeah, like the things that they can actually make different and make matter, they've
Yeah.
done well. So I agree.
Yeah,
You're-
it feels like a big old
Yeah.
Rolls.
Yeah.
yeah, very
the
much.
best
so.
Feels like its own thing.
I'd say so. In terms of the quality, one weird quirk, I felt like the volume knob was randomly
Yup.
unresponsive, like
Oh, I
at
didn't get
times.
that.
Yeah, so sometimes
a weird
I'd
placement
be
for
like,
it.
I found
Yeah.
that
It's right in
too.
the middle of the dash.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
It's
found
just
that odd, but also it at times like it was inconsistent in how it reacted, which was a little
It
weird.
doesn't react to
I
the
find
force.
BMWs are kind of like that.
You must be this rich to use a volume knob. It's like, what is this peasantry?
Like a subscription model.
Yeah, it
to
was
get
just
past
rejecting
8.
us. It was like, ugh.
Subscribe to adjust your volume.
That and as beautiful as the interior is, and all of the like the
ambient
fiber
lighting
optic
is
lighting is
beautiful, yeah.
amazing. I expected a little bit more lighting on the center console itself.
Center
It felt
console.
very dark.
Doors are also like they
No,
have like that whole like
doors are very
had
lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I felt like the center console. It was like it was just like it was very dark. Like it, just like a little light glow or something, so you could see more of it would have been nice.
maybe it's just off.
I think we're just too used to BMWs. And if they did that, this guy, pointing at Rush, would be accusing it of being too much of a BMW.
Sorry. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Maybe it's just because, like, maybe it's also because, like, we work around cars all day long. And, like, okay, like, the fact is, like, you open up the trunk or the hood. You open up the trunk. And that's the thing, like, the switch out of that trunk, like, to close the trunk is out of, like, a 2013
You're
5 Series.
nitpicking.
But you understand what I'm saying. Like, nothing is bespoke.
Yeah, but you're nitpicking.
Oh, well,
I am
I would say
nitpicking.
nothing is bespoke.
I think I
But-
see his point. At that price
but-
point, you're allowed to nitpick.
Fair,
Like, that's
fair.
the thing. It still costs, like, $500,000.
Very much
Like,
so, yeah.
build me a different switch. Like, what is that going to cost you? Like,
Yeah, like,
probably enough
in the
that you're going to
grand
make it
scheme of
back.
things,
like,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
But like, trying to play devil's advocate.
okay,
But
hang on.
Sorry, finish your
with,
point.
with the boot switch.
Yeah.
Okay, so like that's
Boot
the,
switch.
So here's why I'm gonna call it a boot
Ooh,
switch.
fancy. Here's my
Because
monocle.
In the like, we're working with this 2008 Bentley Continental
I
a
know
couple
what you
weeks
mean.
ago,
Yes.
and the switch in that
Uh-huh.
only for the Bentley Continental has a different word on it. It says boot close. And that's the thing. If you buy it for any other Volkswagen, it's the same switch. Don't get me wrong, but it says trunk close. It only ever says that on the Bentley. The switch is much more expensive, so we put the regular one in there. But what I'm saying is, they've gone to the trouble of doing something different.
Yeah.
How come Rolls?
That makes sense to
Couldn't
me.
do that.
Like they could use the same physical switch, the same innards,
Yeah,
and just
switch it up.
reskin it,
But is it one of those things like
switch it up.
does it matter?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
At that price point, it definitely does. But then they did other things, like the fact that the turn signal stocks are leather and have stitching
Yeah.
on them is
Wacky.
pretty brilliant.
Yeah.
Can I just say, the turn signal, the sound of the turn signal, the clicking,
It's nice.
is very soothing.
Every
It's
every
surprisingly
noise
soothing.
that car makes is very soothing. Like,
But you know what's
like,
amazing?
The soft close of the door, just the most subtle little.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's
Although,
just so
although those
nice.
soft closed doors don't always work well.
Maybe
I
I'm
found it
telling you,
kept
man, you don't know how to
getting
use this car. It is too rich for us.
You're too poor.
You're too peasant. You're too poor.
No, but like,
Insufficient funds, bro.
Did that not happen for any of you? Where it just like stopped halfway?
Well, we couldn't figure out
Just
what, how to close the doors when we upon picking it up. We were like spending like a good 5 minutes combing
oh, you mean the two
over the interior.
the two switches right in the middle, like right in the middle of the car?
Literally that.
Yeah.
It took us 5 minutes to find. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
Darn it.
Did you guys go up to pick it up in like sweatpants and a hoodie, or like were you?
No, but Rush, this guy and appointed Rush was wearing a hoodie when we brought it to the office first. and he
Yeah.
took
I was
out.
like, yeah. I'm
Was
gonna
it
take
was
the
it like
sweater spin.
Balenciaga or something, or?
No, it was a smoking tire hoodie. I'm
I wore
at
blue jeans today in the Rolls-Royce. I didn't think that was illegal.
Oh, sacrilege!
felt-
Maybe that's
that
why it's
felt
rejecting
terrible.
us. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. Poor
This
detective.
car has had so much of us pores being in it that it's like, okay, enough. No more volume control for you.
I don't know. I had literally no problems with this vehicle. Maybe it just like senses pretentiousness on me and is like, yeah,
Come here.
Here,
Come
my
here.
people, come
here.
you know what? It's because I had my fucking Jaguar keys on me.
Ooh, and your blazer.
Definitely not that. Maybe I felt bad for you.
Oh.
Your Jaguar, come on.
Yeah.
Jaguar.
Yeah, they scoff at Jaguar.
Oh no, they like them. They're the same people.
Yes, they are the same people.
I think that's what you're getting at.
Yes, that is what I was getting at. You just took the opportunity to just chirp and shit on me again.
Get dunked on.
Thanks.
Why are mom and dad fighting again?
Go to your room.
Nick, what's in the garage next week?
In the garage next week, we have Nathan. You are in a lovely piece of Swedish engineering. You are in the Volvo V60 Polestar Engineer.
Oh, I forgot I had that. Thanks, Nick.
Polestar. Ooh.
Can we take 30 seconds to talk about how weird that name is?
I don't know why they
Polestar?
continue to use
I
You're a
do
Polestar.
not think of Volvos when I think of the word Polestar.
it. No.
No. Moving on.
Let's leave it at that. And we'll touch more on that
Yeah.
next week. Imran, you got the Land Rover Defender 130 Outbound as the family man with
Outbound.
one child. Of course, you need a three-row SUV. So
you
what better way?
No, I don't think this one Outbound is a 3-row. It's
The 130 is the three-row.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one.
So I
Yeah.
thought the Outbound specifically was not.
Ta-da.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, it might not be.
We'll find out next
I
week.
thought it was some sort of
Well,
package.
either way,
the
he's got
Outbound
a
was
big old
package.
some bitch. It's
Yeah,
gonna be sick.
it's pretty huge.
Yeah, that's
And
going to be
that's
stop it
the
on the
real
road.
off road. Yeah.
Rush, you don't get a car because you're mean to me, so you got nothing next week.
Oh.
Bitch.
Here's a bus pass. Give us a review.
Here's some cab fare. Fuck off.
Ben, who couldn't join us this week in studio, he's in the 2024 Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro Hybrid.
Ooh, cool.
Sequoia.
That'll be
Big
neat.
boy.
That's pretty cool.
Fuel efficient big boy. And I got the BMW i4 xDrive 40. So it's got
Very
the
good.
smaller
Sweet.
motor.
So you'll be the
smaller
happiest one of
motor.
all of us because BMW.
Wasn't that our EV of the year
That's the
last year?
beaver tooth one, right? That's like the super beaver tooth one.
That is super beaver
Apparently.
tooth. But
Yeah.
I think
other than that, very good.
I think it's going to be a cross between myself and Nathan being the happiest. I'm probably going to teeth your V60 for
Yeah,
a
we
couple
can do a
days.
little switcheroo.
Hell yeah.
Actually, I like that BMW. I'd play with that.
Me
Does the
too.
BMW have full self-driving? Hopefully. Because
Probably.
their stuff is so good.
It's fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, the Spectre has a full self-driving,
Because
assist
it's a
plus as well.
BMW. Oh my
Bavarian-
god, they call it the same thing. Did you notice that?
I
On the
did,
heads-up
yeah,
display, I was
yeah.
like, hang on a second.
Assist plus.
Give it a British
Bavarian-
name.
Chauffeur.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's
they
it,
could
yeah.
have done that.
And don't get me wrong, like when I the matching umbrella, like
Yeah.
that was
The
That's a
fact
nice
that you
touch.
can
That's
actually...
that's a
The
lovely
umbrella
touch.
was also green. I was like, wow.
That was pretty
That's
cool.
so nice.
Did you notice the key fob is also green?
No, it's not just green. It's the same leather as the
Yeah,
inside. That's,
yeah.
that's
Guys.
see,
Ah,
Is the car green or yellow?
green.
it's like yellow.
Yeah,
I'd
the
say more
interior is
yellow than green.
The interior has the trim on the
Grinch
seats
colored.
has a yellow tinge to it, but the exterior is definitely green.
Don't you think so? A little
It's-
grinchy.
That car's yellow, guys.
It's not
Yellow.
yellow.
It's named after yellow chartreuse. That car is fucking yellow.
What is chartreuse?
It
Fancy
is
wine.
a French liqueur that's
Oh,
actually
okay,
really
okay.
delicious. And hard to get and expensive. But very
Is it
good.
liqueur?
That's why
Wine. I
you can
thought it was
appreciate
wine.
the...
No, it's a liqueur.
You are the pretentious one here, so
I'm
I'll
a
have to
bartender
wait for
as well. I actually know what I'm talking
you. You
about.
should know about this shit. You were a bartender in your past life.
In this life? What do you mean? He's not
Past,
dead.
I said a past life. Well,
He still has those skills. Don't take that away from him.
I actually forgot everything.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, this is getting derailed.
and on that bombshell, thank you all for tuning in and bearing with us as we got very derailed just now. If you wish to follow along on our misadventures, you can do so on our socials at DoubleClutch.ca. Rush, Nathan, Imran, thank you for joining us in studio. It's been a slice.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Have a great decelerating and deaccelerating afternoon, evening.
That sucked.
Deaccelerating.